Yeah, buddy.
What is up, friends, YouTube and motorcycle enthusiasts? We are once again off, and this is round 4 of US Hard Enduro Fall Series Kairos Resorts, the River Monster. And again, I'm off at an absolute blistering start. As you can see, there's basically no one in front of me. But you know, it didn't really matter because it was some of this pokey stuff was a little slow in the beginning, and not to mention we have 5 hours to do an amateur 26-mile course where the Pro A guys did 32 miles. So kicking it off right here. In typical fashion, I'm getting a little creative, going high on a separate line and working my way in down through. So yeah, still on the intended path. It's an arrow to my right there, so no issues of getting around this bottleneck and making my way. So the side hill drops us down into this first gully, and yeah, it's immediately noticeable. The rocks are slick. I guess we ended up getting a fair amount of rain the day before and into the night, that night before the race, but according to the folks in the area, it's just been dry, so the rain really sucked everything up. Overall conditions were fantastic. The creeks were and rocks were slick, but to be expected, but the hills and the climbs and stuff were, they were fantastic. Except for, chance of fog. Oh wait, that's just 2 strokes on the rev limiter and or possibly needing a top end. That was a free pass there. Pretty sweet. Oh! So some key changes after KXCR. I adjusted my forks, so yeah, I found them to be working a bit better, as you can see here. Not slipping into the pit there, which is never good. Also, I'm running a JX8, and the JX8 is the same one that I ran at KXCR, and it's doing good. It's not terrible. It did good the whole race, and I like it. Yeah, nothing makes you feel more like a hero when you just clean that hill, that first hill. And then we got the second hill here. If you guys remember my way back when River Raid, River Monster videos, I continued to have a lot of issues with all of these hill climbs. And I gotta say, I've been working on my hill climbs a little bit. I am a little bit better. But it's a work in progress still. So I'm not Jarvis in anything, let's be real, but I am making my way, which is great. It's great to have progress and a little bit more confidence. That's my buddy Brennan up in front of me, and his dad Michael there that we passed on the hill there, and I'll tell you, at 16 years old, this guy on this Sherco 300, he's riding a full-size bike, so he's not in the youth light, he can't do the light class, so to speak, but this young man just started riding hard enduro recently, within really, I would say really this year, the races. Last year He was going to do Ohio and didn't do it, if I remember correctly, in the spring. Yeah, we ran pretty much a lot of the spring series, and there I am giving him a hard time going around him. But yeah, I mean, the progression's amazing. It really just does inspire you, you know, for seeing the youth come up and embrace the sport and just get out there. And you know, this is some pretty extreme terrain, so awesome stuff. Bottlenecks were kind of a little bit of an issue on a couple hills. Nothing crazy, but this one was really jammed up. So I made a shot through the woods, and up there's Adam Does Dirt Bikes and his signature climb gear. And you know, I've been battling a little bit left and right with Adam this series, and it's been really good. He absolutely smoked me in Kentucky, pulling off a 4th place finish in Kentucky. So congrats to that. On that win to Adam from Adam Does Dirt Bikes. And we went back and forth a good bit in this one, and it was really good riding and racing, man. Really fun. It's like watching grass grow. Finally, slowly fight my way up this hill, and yeah, I mean that is what it is. You know, when the momentum's lost, you pretty much make a decision. Like, you know, everybody makes the same decision. Am I to a point where I can side hill or get going back up the hill again, or do I go back down and reattempt? And with this one, I mean, come on, guys. Like, you can call me Johnny Sidehill. Side hills are my jam. Right, I don't like going back down if I think I have a pretty good chance of working up it without too much energy loss. So, I mean, in this one, you know, again, there was a fair amount of traffic, so I worked my way up it. All right, so at this point in the race, I would say for sure, probably within the first 2 to 3 miles, my rear brake failed. So looks like I'm in, yeah, I think I'm in the white whale at this point. And yeah, my rear brake had been failed for quite a while. So those famous Kairos downhills, yeah, they were pretty interesting. It was definitely, it's amazing how much you use a rear brake, and also in the transfer sections, the single track stuff, it was, you really use your rear brake a lot, and I kind of had to like retrain my brain. The downhill was really more of just, stall the engine, first gear, drag that clutch out, and let it do its thing. But yeah, still not great timing, but it ended up working out. buddy. It's the gels, Chris. Gotta have the gels. So on to the whale extension. Yeah, my buddy's always messing with me there. You guys probably noticed I started last couple races. I have gels on the bars. I definitely have kind of noticed throughout as I'm starting to do more races that I don't think I'm getting enough calories in, and I use Tailwind in my pack, which is a common runner's mix, which it's sugar and some electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, things like that. But yeah, so I found I kind of was bonking a little bit. I was kind of running out of energy, and so I started taking a few gels, and my goal was to take 1 gel per hour, and I'll tell you that's really helped. It has just getting more calories in, and I don't really want to stop and eat. I don't want to like take my pack off and like consume food, just because my heart rate's usually pinging, and I just don't. I'm not. The gel is much easier on the palate and the gut, in my opinion. I haven't had any major issues, but nonetheless, so the gels are definitely getting me through, and of course, they gotta mess with me, because that's what they do. Oh yeah, so I mentioned the JX8. First time ever running a JX8. All the gnarlies were sold out, and I couldn't get one in time from Chaparral. I think they have some upcharge, of course, just because everybody else is out of them. But nonetheless, I put a JX8 on. I like the JX8. You guys leave a comment down below. Interested in what tires you guys are running and what size. I've really become accustomed to the Kenda Gnarly. That 140 footprint is just, man, it's just a little bit extra traction, where I think the 110s and 120s, they don't quite have the same footprint. But I will say, in the single track, whenever I wasn't hyperventilating and dying, the JX8 did well. So. Careful, Josh. So again, as you can see, Adam's right there, back and forth, man. B-class legends just battling it out. And we're both pretty tired at this point, for sure. I'm not sure what mile marker this is, but it's actually really cool. The promoters for the course, they marked out each mile, so there's no laps. You just go through one lap. And you could count the miles. They had signs for every mile, so that was really cool. Like, you knew where you were at in the course. You didn't have to really guess or look at your watch or odometer or anything like that. So I thought that was a really nice touch from the guys that put the course together. And of course, overall, speaking of the course, fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite courses in general. The mix is really, really good. You know, I love the rock gardens, and honestly, and I said this while I was there at the venue, I don't think anyone else has hill climbs quite as big or as technical. And the same with the downhills. The incline, the up and down hills of Kairos is, I don't think there's anything else in the series that really compares to it. I know Battle of the Goats has a couple, but it's just not as consistent. I don't know. I think Kairos has a lot of that elevation change, which is that makes it a lot of what makes it unique. And of course, again, downhills. So good stuff. Oh yes, that's right. Cleaned my hill. If you didn't know, that hill is called Accelerated. So, if you guys watched the course preview, I got my own hill. So, not quite. It's actually Hinion Hill, but I claim it because I finally climbed it without flubbing it up once, and then that was the second time. So I felt pretty good about that one. Again, progression, right? Woohoo!
B?
B.
Nice.
To be or not to be?
117. You're doing good, man. You're almost there, man.
So if you guys also didn't notice, you know, the entire portion of the course, you notice the leaves have just kind of been parted, right? Well, that's because they went through and blew off the primary portion of the course. And I thought that was really cool. You know, a lot of these downhills are super sketch, man. And, you know, they went back and forth. I heard, you know, whenever I was talking to the promoters and it mentioned, you know, it was a safety issue. And I got to admit, you know, some of the roots and the rocks and stuff, when you can't see, it definitely makes everything a little bit more sketchy. And, you know, they took the extra step to leaf blow it off, you know, because, yeah, I think for safety's sake and overall, I just, as a rider, it was appreciated for sure. Oh man, my nemesis. So, yeah, this hill, it's all me. Straight into a tree. Really flopped down and really went for it there. But I don't have bad position. Again, position's not terrible. So let's see.
We got it, Adam. I can side hill from here.
So Adam was right there. He had stopped on the hill right below me, and yeah, I was like, man, I can make it. I got to keep going. So I side hilled up to another small plateau here, and I got to figure it out. And this is the grind, folks. This is really the stuff that's tough that makes hard enduro so fun. It's, you know, pushing and manipulating the bike and you know, challenging yourself. It's part of, for me, it's part of, oh, my boots are unstrapped there, let me, yep, Hey, like I said, safety first, guys, right? But, you know, it really is what makes hard enduro so fun. It's just the grind and doing things that, you know, you push yourself to new limits and you find new challenges, which for me, you know, it's a lot of fun. So. free, home sweet home, home stretch. Love it. So that pretty much wraps up the River Monster, and I gotta say, guys, fantastic course, fantastic ride. Huge thanks to all the work for the guys and gals that went into supporting this event. I saw that the 2024 series has the River Monster on their on the calendar. I couldn't be more stoked. I'm absolutely excited to go back. 24 is going to be a little weird for me. I got a lot of life stuff happening, you know, just some transitions, if you will. But I still want to go out and do a couple races, and you know, and this is definitely one that I'll try to get to for sure. I will say the next one is the final race. That's the Buffalo Riders Extreme Hard Enduro in Kingston, Arkansas. So that's I've never been there before, never been to Arkansas, but I'm going. So that'll wrap up the fall series, and yeah, I'm real excited to do it. And if it's anything like this past race, I'm looking forward to it, because this was a wily one, guys. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hope you guys are able to get out there, get on two wheels, and ride a dirt bike. This is Accelerate once again. Signing off.